Activate's tech and media predictions are out, looking at the biggest trends we'll see through the new year. From video streaming to gaming and ads, the Outlook takes a look at the media areas that have been hit hard by the pandemic and those that will stay on top. With us now, Activate co-founder and CEO Michael Wolf about what to expect in 2021. Michael, good to have you back on the show.
So we know behavior is going to be an amazing year for tech and media.
We are all online more. I'm doing the show live from my basement, but how much of this is a permanent shift in behavior?
A lot of it is, what's happened is people have gotten to be very comfortable with a lot of digital activities at home. If you think about it, working from home, video conferencing, telemedicine, exercise, so many of these activities, we've seen most of these activities have doubled during this short period of time. But there's a bunch of other stuff that's happened. Grocery, online grocery, it's advanced 5 years and 5 months. So, and there's a lot of other activities. We see the average American has dramatically increased their time spent with technology and media. And we think that curve has shifted up, and it's going to continue to at that level. It's not going to go back down.
How will this holiday season be different than any other holiday season?
There are people who are wondering what's going to happen. We believe that we're going to see a great deal more e-commerce shopping, and it's not just going to be from Amazon and traditional e-commerce companies. What's happened during this period is that the great majority, over 50% of consumers, have decided during this period of time that they're going to start shopping from another retailer, and most of them in addition to their core. So I think the beneficiaries are going to be people like Walmart, Target, Kroger, others, Wayfair, and others who really weren't in that picture. I think that we're going to see a huge amount of business going their way. It's not just going to be one company. And of course, the marketplaces, Etsy and eBay, a huge amount of shopping there, not just in the case of eBay, not just for things that are peer-to-peer, but a lot of them for large-scale items like electronics, of course, clothing, which would have been bought somewhere else. So in general, this is going to be different from anything else, but it's going to be the start of a trend. It's not going to go back to the way it once was before.
Now, how we watch stuff is also changing, and it could have been a moment for Quibi, the short form mobile video content creation shop that just went under. Why didn't that succeed, and what does it mean?
I think it didn't succeed for a number of reasons. I think that if you look at most technology startups, you see people they experiment, they change direction, they try, it's called they dog food it. They want to see if the dogs will eat the dog food. Is somebody really going to want to use it? Here we had a business where well north of $1 billion went into building something for this giant crescendo launch, when this probably, because it was a new format, it was unproven in terms of consumer behavior. And by the way, there was video already for a short format, and that was called YouTube or Snap or Instagram. Already it was there. So we believe it was totally poorly conceived from the beginning. It had nothing to do with the pandemic. It had to do with a bad idea going into it way before it was even funded.
So what about video games? How, I know people in this household are playing video games more, hate to admit, but how do you see the video game industry shifting as we go into next year?
Overall, video gaming, so if you look at the business, today, video gaming, we forecast that we'll end this year at $145 billion globally in video game sales. It's going to increase to about almost $200 billion in the next 4 years. But videos, what's even more important is video is going to be the next technology paradigm, similar to a lot of the previous waves. Search, social, e-commerce, mobile apps, messaging. Gaming is going to fundamentally change the way that people interact with each other. So many of the activities that you would have done on the web you now will do inside of gaming, whether it's social, virtual theme parks, music. So if you look at the Travis Scott concerts and the others, Marshmello and Deadmau5 that took
Right.
place on Fortnite, there's so many different activities that are taking place. And there's something else that's really interesting that relates to the big tech platforms. All of them are trying to fill out their space in the gaming tech stack. And interestingly, of the US ones, the
Interesting.
one that has the most is Microsoft.
And Microsoft, of course, has Xbox. Always glad to hear your predictions, Michael. We'll see what happens in 2021. Michael Wolff, Activate co-founder and CEO. Thanks so much for stopping by.